One of the anchors of the Panthers now. It's on tour. It's on tour. It's tour. So it's tour. It's also you never ever say completely destroyed. It's destroyed. It's destroyed.
Hello everyone. I want to dedicate the class today to Steve's mom. She'er Refuah Shalema. Her Hebrew name is, Sephora Chaya Badina. May she have Refuah Shalema, heal well, and she'll be fine. She'll be back, and before you know it, we have Rabbi Massry coming to speak shortly, and he's going to go over the weekly parsha. And then we have a special guest. Her mother, both of her parents were kidnapped by Hamas. Her mother was returned, and then her father hasn't yet been returned. So God willing, he will be soon, and she's going to speak shortly. So stay with us. Talk to you soon. See you guys soon. Be well. Rabbi Massry will join us momentarily.
And she said, it's like 1 in the afternoon. No, and I said, no. Morning breath. Like you've been crying. So we started laughing. No, I agree. Yeah, no.
Good evening, everyone. First, thank you so much for coming. Baruch Hashem. Steve is not here tonight. His mom doesn't feel good, so the class will be also for his mother, Refuah Shalema, Be'ezrat Hashem. So Steve will be able to continue with his amazing work, Be'ezrat Hashem. Okay. So again, first, thank you everyone for being here, for joining the program, the learning. Tonight we will start before learning on the Parsha. Be'ezrat Hashem, we have a special guest from Eretz Israel that unfortunately we always would like, obviously, to have you here with us, but tonight is because of a very sad situation that is happening already for almost 4 months, when we have here Tom and Natalie with us, that unfortunately Natalie's father is one of the hostages in Gaza. And we're waiting to see miracles, and every day things can change. Obviously, we're waiting for this, doing anything possible. And what Natalie doing as a good daughter, flying all over the world to raise awareness for the situation, to talk to people, to share the story. We know that words create reality. We have power as human to create reality. When you say something good, you create something good. We always say it, right? As the song is telling us, Diburim tovim, machshavot tovot. When you have a good thought, when you say something good, we create this kind of reality. God gave us this power. That's why you always need to say something good. And we believe that with the story that we're going to hear from Tom and Natalie here about your father, Be'ezrat Hashem, that's going to bring him. Because we are waiting for him and for the rest of the hostages and for our brothers and sisters in Eretz Israel, for all the soldiers that are fighting, so we can be here today. And they're literally willing to sacrifice their life. So Be'ezrat Hashem, God will see how much we're putting, how much effort and energy in order to really make a difference. I would like to call Tom and Ellie, please, to share with us the story. And Be'ezrat Hashem, that will be the last time that you share the story. Next story will be, my father is back. Be'ezrat Hashem. Please.
Do I have to put this thing or can I stay just here? Okay. Okay. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Tom. She is Natalie, my wife. We are here today to tell you the story behind the poster. I'm sure all of you saw all the posters around the city. I'm talking about Luis. Luis is Natalie's father. Luis was kidnapped from Clara's house. Clara is his girlfriend for 20 years. With them also Clara's sister and Clara's brother, and also Clara's nephew were also with them. So there were a total of 5 family members. On Saturday morning, mainly Natalia and I used to be at my parents' house with our kids to eat breakfast almost each Saturday. On that Saturday, we heard the news and saw that something really different is happening. All the sirens that goes on and off all the time. So we texted him and told him if he's all right, everything is okay. He told us, don't worry, we are in the safe room, everything is okay. So we said, all right, let's update in a few hours. After 1 hour, he told us that they hear the terrorists in the kibbutz and basically in the neighbor's house. They heard a lot of bombing and a lot of noise until they came into their house. So he sent a message, something like, they are breaking everything, we are in the safe room, I mean, let's see what's going on. Yes, kisses and hugs. We started to get very worried. Tried to send him a lot of messages. He's not answering. And from that moment, all what we know right now is because after 53 days, Clara, Gabriela, and Mia came back. They tried to lock the safe room with a chair, but without success. They just opened it with the hand. Basically, first they just shot on the door. And the luck they had is because they set all of the 5 on a bed, not in front of the door, but beside. So just imagine what would happen if it wasn't the case. They took all the 5, 2 of them by foot. Of course, all of them were in their pajamas. It was like very early in the morning. And 3 of them by truck. And then they just took them all together into Gaza border. They took them around while beating them all the way around 3 hours in a tunnel, but you have to understand it's like 50 meters below the ground, barefoot. With them, Mia, the 17 years old, hid the dog in her pajama, so they maybe thought it's like part of the pajama. The first time they noticed the dog is that when they climbed the ladder again to the ground, the terrorists started to argue between them what to do with the dog. But since it was like very quiet and she didn't bark anything, and she was very, very quiet, they decided that they don't do anything and she can keep it. They were held in a house, very tiny house, in a very with a minimal space, with any ability to move. With a they slept on a very thin mattress, and since they had not enough food, and the rest they gave to the dog because he is also there. After 53 days, Clara, Gabriela, and Mia came back and told us how each day is like critical to each one of them. They said that Luis, he was the one that always
was positive about everything. That he was the one that kept them so strong each day. And she said also that since Mia was very young, she's 17, so for sure all of you know what they did in the kibbutzim to very young people. They couldn't close their eyes for a minute. There were always some person that kept an eye on her. And luckily, what we know, they didn't do anything. At least that. Since then, basically we can say that we don't know anything about him, what is mental condition, health condition, nothing. He's 71. He's like old, right? So he has like hearing issues. He didn't get his hearing aids. He needs his machine every night to breathe correctly, and he also has diabetes. So how a person 71 years old should like survive in almost how much? 115 days maybe, who knows? The Red Cross, which should be like global organization, said, bring us the medicine, tell us the medicine he needs. We will transfer it. But we are waiting too much time, and I mean, as we speak, we don't know anything about that he got something. We thought maybe it's a good idea because first of all, he's gonna get his medicine, and second, this is gonna be like another update about him. We know that he got it, he's all right, but no, nothing. He has 10 grandchildren. Natalie has another 3 brothers. They always asking, what about him? Where is he? They are missing to play with him again. He was like taking them on the bicycle on the kibbutz each Saturday, on every holiday. He was very happy person, always smiling. And our life was changed dramatically. Of course, Natalie, she cannot work. She's having a really hard time. I mean, all she's doing is just something to do something that might help to bring him back. Always. And we have 3 kids, 6, 4, and 1.5. So, yeah, we are trying to be strong, but until he's not here, it is really hard. Also, Clara said that although she came back, she's not like, her heart is still there, right? So, why we are here? First of all, it gave us a lot of strength to be here, because we feel that although you are here and we are in Israel, we feel that all of us are like one big community, and we know that this community really supports us. We see this every day. And I think that if there is one thing we are afraid of, is that they will be forgotten. Because it's like a human nature thing to forget. Not because we want to, because this is like who we are. Maybe it's like our a way to get over bad things that happen to us. So we are here to ask you to keep your prayers that all of them will be released, will come healthy, mentally, all right, and always speak about it. Always speak about it. If you do, just keep going. And if you can, or if you still didn't do it, come to Israel, see the kibbutz, see what is going on, see what's happening. Because until he's not, I know that there are like deals that maybe will happen, but if there is one thing we understood, is until he's not here next to us, we touch him, we feel him, he's not here. So, do you want to add something?
We don't have communities because all the kibbutzim done. You know, all my friends, all my people I know. It's not the same.
We don't have a community to go back to because
the kibbutz.
The communities are like vanished if by murdering other people or most of them, or by just evacuate other people to other places because it's not safe. Her kibbutz, because it's like 12 kilometers from the border, not 7, the government cannot like fund a safe room. This doesn't make any sense. So if let's say there like an attack of missiles on the kibbutz, there is no place to be. What? Yes, on the same day of October the 7th, there were like 17 missiles around the kibbutz, and one of them just hit the clinic in the kibbutz.
In the middle.
In the middle, yeah. So, no. So
where are you staying now?
So Natalie moved to my house when we met around 2006 and 7. I met her when I was in the army. So we live in Moshav Yarchiv, which is in Hasharon area. It's like the center of it. Yarchiv. Next to Kfar Saba, Ranana, Rosh Hain. Yes. So we are like not in this area, but we used
my
to.
Sister.
Yes, her sister used to live next to her father, next to Louis, like, I don't know, 15 meters. And since her sister is divorced, Louis was the one who was like helping her all the time with the kids. He was like, I don't know, their father, kind of.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, again, thank you very much for letting us the opportunity to speak. And again, may all the hostages will come back. Yes.
Yeah. Have you reached out to the Israeli Defense Forces, and if so, are they giving you different information from what they're giving the rest of the world on the hostage situation day to day?
Yes. So we have like an officer which is to our family that updates us on everything. The thing is that if it's not 100%, they don't say anything. And to be honest, I mean, the updates they gave us, it's not something that, it was something like he's kidnapped 100%. We don't know anything about his health condition.
How often are these updates?
Oh, now it's like, there is no updates, right? So, you know, an update can be something like there is no update.
Yeah.
At least they kept the meetings with us like each 2 weeks and says, we still don't know. Just in order, to keep the connection between us and them. So there is like one that with us and tell us everything.
Has Prime Minister Netanyahu, has he given you any indication as to what Israel might be doing, besides what they tell, the White House press corps tells?
I don't think so. What you know is what we know. She had and they had a meeting with them.
All the time.
All the time they have meeting. But he wants. I believe that they cannot say everything, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's secret.
Like it's secret things that they cannot share. But they say that it's in their high priority, and of course they are important, and they want to bring them all back. This is what we know.
As the family members that have come home that were released, what did they say the day to day? Like their conditions were, how much did they get to eat? Were they cold all the time? Were they?
So you're asking about our family members that came back?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they were staying in a house, not in the tunnel. So, again, but they were in a very small place. Clara that came back, since she didn't move, she has a cult in her blood, so she needs to take pills in order to the blood, to be fluent. So it's a hell to be there.
Do you have any opinion on what the Israeli government should do?
I will tell you what I tell to everyone. I'm an accountant. I have no idea. And to be honest, I don't know who has the idea. Because on one hand, you need to bring them back. In other hand, soldiers are died every day to bring them back. So what we should do? I mean, I don't know.
Well, it's not only to bring them back, but to destroy Hamas.
Yes.
That's number one priority.
Yes, you are right.
Do you know if Lewis was left alone? Like his partner, like they came back, they were just with him, or there were other people left?
No, they were all together, all the five.
And was anyone?
Another.
So he was,
Alone.
as far as they know, he was by himself.
What are your thoughts on the hostage situation with 50 for 150 when it initially happened? Like, what was running through your minds when you heard about it? When the deal was reached?
Which situation? Again, can you repeat this?
Yes, when Hamas agreed to release 50 Israeli hostages in exchange for 150 terrorists. What was running through your mind at that time?
The women.
I don't know. I mean, each person is like olam umlo to every family, right?
And just
So,
besides prayers and besides the awareness that you are asking from us, what else we as community can do more? Besides just pray,
I know
a lot of
prayers and awareness and coming to the kibbutzim to see what's going on there.
I know that the forum that that we have in Israel for the families that of all the hostages, like, is the organization that help us to arrange everything, and it's all by donations. I mean, even that we are here is because they gave us the opportunity to be here and speak. So maybe other families want to get here and speak. So I think the best idea is to come to Israel, and I believe there are a lot of things that we can do. I can't mention right now, I'm sorry, but everyone is in his own way.
Let Adina know, she will communicate with all of us.
I have a question. Do you think by the summer the war will be over? That's it.
No, I don't know. I'm sorry.
But is it dangerous to travel now to Israel?
No.
No?
I really don't know.
Now, no.
The only thing we know that we know nothing.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we know, and the family from previous conversation before don't really deal with politics or with a suggestion to anyone, especially the government, what to do. They came here to really ask us to keep praying. Can we get the name? מה השם המלא?
לואיס בן נורה.
לואיס בן נורה, בעזרת השם, בלב רפואה שלמה,
אמן.
הצלחה,
אמן, אמן.
שיהיה בטוח, and we will come back בעזרת השם with all the hostages, obviously. All the soldiers, we want them back בעזרת השם in one piece. And what we're asking for the all Jewish people, and that's what we were talking before, is to really bring everyone together, to increase the awareness of unity, and to understand that when you pray for someone, it's not just, we wishing good things. We can actually make a difference. We can change things. And when the family coming here, they know you can't bring them back, go to Gaza and do it. None of us. But as Tom was saying, they coming here, they see people, they care, they see people that is important. We see that, yes, we are very, ours says we're a very small nation. The Jewish nation, we're a very small nation. Maybe we're the smallest nation, but we are the biggest family. And doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter what your background. When Natalie comes here and she see people that maybe we never met her father Luis, but we feel that is our family. And we also care and we pray, and everyone is doing anything possible, and that's what counts. And I want you to go to Israel, and whoever you talk to, tell them that we have lots of families everywhere, because we all care and we all pray, not just in shul, everywhere. Any program we do, any event, we always start with Tehillim, with words for the hostages. I have to tell you that everyone in the community, from kids 3 years old, doing things, writing letters to soldiers, a woman taking things upon themselves to do. This is, I believe, something that even though you don't see your father right now, but something positive was that many people feel connected now. And many people that you don't even know, they're like your brothers and sister right now because they're praying for your father. And they're saying the name, Luis Benu, Beit Hashem, and that's what counts. And Avital, that's the only thing we can do at the end of the day, to feel connected, to pray. And Be'ezrat Hashem, I feel like we will see miracles very soon. Be'ezrat Hashem. Thank you so much for sharing with us the story.
Thank you.
Toda rabba.
Letters, cards to write to the Israeli soldiers.
Please everyone stay here, we will continue. Please everyone. Yes.
Thanks,
Steve asked me to mention the events that he's making. So we finished the
You text? You sent a text?
How's it going with
That's it.
All right, everyone. May I have your attention? Again, the words of Torah, Be'ezrat Hashem, will be in honor for all of the hostages and for the success and safety of our brothers and sisters in Eretz Israel. It's very emotional and touched to, obviously, to hear a story from first hand from someone that actually, our father is there right now. It's not just a story that you see on the news or on TV. You actually feel, you see somebody that is connected. It's painful, and at the same time it's powerful, and you feel that it's real, and we need to do something about it. And we discussed there's so much we can do, but definitely to raise awareness and to always think good things about them, because that's created an energy that Be'ezrat Hashem will bring them back with tefillot to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I would like, in the time that we have, to touch base on a very important topic from our parasha, the Torah portion of the week, Parashat Yitro, that connected to everyone. Obviously, every parasha in the Torah, any Torah portion is very important. Any word, any letter in the Torah is important, but this specific Torah portion that we're going to read this week actually talk about the 10 Commandments. And the 10 Commandments are basically the foundation of everything we have. When the Jewish people left Egypt, the purpose was so we can go to Mount Sinai and God will give us the 10 Commandments. That was the purpose of us leaving Egypt. We didn't left Egypt to have barbecue with friends, even though that's what we did right when we left Egypt on Passover. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that's what we did. But the purpose, when Moshe was asking Hashem, was asking God, well, what's going to happen? What should I say to the Jewish people? He says, tell them they live so they can serve me on this mountain, Mount Sinai. Any of you know the 10 Commandments? Aseret Adibrot? Betach. Go for it.
What?
Give me 2 at least.
Don't take God's name in vain.
Okay, that's the 3rd one. Very nice. Did you say Bore Priya Etz on the grapes? Are you talking about mentioning name of God for vain? That's Amen. Amen. Beautiful. It's going to be in honor of Yitro, our week's parasha, Torah portion. We actually have 10 commandments that the first one starts with, I'm your God who took you out of Egypt. The second one is, do not worship other gods. Right? Makes sense? I'm your God. Second, do not worship anyone other. The third one, thank you so much, was actually, do not mention the name of God for vain. It's not our friend. You can't just say it, just like that. Like people said, I swear in God. Doesn't work like that, right? The fourth one is actually talk about Shabbat, remembering Shabbat and keeping Shabbat. That's the fourth one. The fifth one is to honor your parents. Kabed et avicha ve'et imecha. It makes sense to honor those who brought you here to this world, to recognize the good things they gave you, to show some gratitude. And then we have another 5 that actually talk about our relationship between us and our friends, not between us and God. It's don't kill, don't steal, don't lie, don't be a false witness, right? And we also talk about don't be jealous, don't look at things that your friends haven't. You want it, right? It says, lo tignov, lo tirtzach, lo tachmod, lo tinaf. Don't take a woman that doesn't belong to you, a married woman. Those are 5 things. But I wanna ask you a question about the first one. Adibra Rishona, the first commandment that Hashem is giving us. I'm your God who took you out of Egypt. Let me ask you a question. Before we left Egypt, He was our God? Yes? Ask Siri, maybe she'll help us with the question. So before we left Egypt, God was our God, right? And does He is our God because we left Egypt? No. Why God is God? Any of you know why? It was many, many years ago. I know you remember. Why God is God? Huh? He created everything. He created everything. He's God because He created. Right? There's only 2 things. There is Bore and Nivra. There is the one who creates. And we have us. Those that were created. That's it. There's no other categories. As the 2 categories. That's it. So God, He is our God because He created us. That was at the beginning of the creation. That was at the beginning of everything. Not because He took us out of Egypt. So when God is telling us, I'm your God, the correct, if I was there, I was Moses, says, hey, God, you should correct yourself and say, I'm your God because I created you. Right? Imagine like I would take my kids to a yeshiva week. It was now yeshiva week. Took my son to Mexico. I promised him that if he will behave in yeshiva, I will take him to Mexico. He didn't behave, but I already bought the ticket, so you know what I'm going to do. So we went to Cozumel. I had lots of fun. I did scuba diving, ATV, and he was waiting for me in the hotel. And imagine I will tell him, I'm your father because I took you to Cozumel. And no, it doesn't work like that, right? You're a father because he's your son. You're a mom, right? That's how things work. God is our God because He created us. Not because He took us to a trip after a Passover program. We went to Egypt, then He took us to Orlando, to desert. I don't know what we did over there for 40 years. It was a free program, by the way. Don't worry, we didn't. I know as Jewish people, we're very concerned about it. That's why we went. He says it's free. Everybody's like, let's go. He needs to say, I'm your God because I created you. I'm your God because I created everything. I'm your God just because. I don't need to give you a reason. God is above reason. God is above time. God is above space. God is not natural. God is not physical. So God doesn't follow the rules that we follow. God is not limited the way that we are. God doesn't need to give us a reason why He's our God. He's just our God. So why you explain? And if He decides to explain, for whatever reason, because again He's God, why are you giving us the wrong reason? Because I took you out of Egypt? Those that He didn't took out of Egypt, let me ask you, what about other people that never went to Egypt? What about American people? Our God is also their God? When you see a bill, what do you see on the bill? What you see?
God we trust.
Yeah, what you see?
It's on a license plate.
I see Roosevelt. I don't know what you see. I see opportunities. I see ability to buy it. I see, and just so you think, when you look at money, you look at something that is very important to Jewish people, because it's not a joke. I wish it was a joke. The first mitzvah as a nation that God gave us. What was the first mitzvah? Huh?
As a nation.
No, as a nation, not as human, not as human. I know some people are very strict with this mitzvah of multiply. Whatever, that's your mitzvah, go for it. Huh? Rosh Chodesh, that was the first mitzvah? Guys, help me. I know that's what your rabbi told you, but I will get like
The first mitzvah, like literally, or
the first Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. Daber el Bnei Israel and No.
Oh, take your man a wife to Adam. Get yourself
As a
a wife.
nation, as a nation, as a nation.
Tell us, Rabbi.
Or don't steal from others.
Guys, come on. I thought we were there together. No, that was not the first mitzvah, and by the way, we're still trying to do it. Huh?
And all the dogs.
Let me tell you, the first mitzvah wasn't keeping Shabbat, wasn't putting tefillin, was not doing Brit Milah, was not eating kosher, was not blessing the moon. The first mitzvah is go make some money. And I will prove it to you. We'll prove it to you. We'll prove it to you. God told the Jewish people, go to your neighbor, lech ish el re'eu ve'isha el re'uta, and ask for gold, for silver, for dresses. That was the first mitzvah as a nation before we left Egypt. Before Passover, before blessing the moon. Last week Parsha, 4 times. Mentioned 4 times in last week Parsha. Go to your neighbors, the Egyptian people, and squeeze anything they have. Be Israeli. Sell them Dead Sea products for $3,000. That's what you need to... That's the Parsha he's telling us. Crazy. Crazy. Vayenatzelu et Mitzrayim. They took advantage of the Egyptian people.
So he's making money the most important.
We're still doing that till today. We're taking advantage of other people.
Yeah, but they took advantage of us first, so it's okay.
So therefore, because they start first. That's what my kids telling me. Abba, he starts first. I doesn't give you permission to do whatever you want, for sure not as an obligation of a nation. Oh, everybody.
We worked for it. We were slaves.
You were a slave? Ask your husband. Maybe he's the... I'm not sure.
The concept was take advantage. You saw that we sit on the...
The concept was Vayenatzelu et Mitzrayim 4 times. 4 times.
What does that mean?
Why? Why? Because when you see money, it's not about the money, right? Like the song says, it's not about the money, right? It's about the power. It's about the control. It's about the possibilities. It's about the opportunities. It's about what you can do with the money. And God gave to the Jewish people special power. You know that from the last 4 presidents of the Federal Reserve, 3 of them are Jewish. In America, you know how many Jewish will live in America? 6 million max. From 350 million. 3 from the last 4 presidents. I'm not talking about Mr. President. I'm talking about the real people who make the money. The real presidents. 3 of them are Jewish. Crazy. Why? Why? I will tell you why.
Who were the 4? It was Ben Bernanke and
Janet Yellen.
Can we have a conversation after the class? I like you.
Who's the one that wasn't Jewish?
We're not going to mention his name for vain. So basically, let me tell you something. The thing is like that. It's not so the Goyim can hate us. They already hate us anyway. I mean, it's not. They don't need reason for that. They don't need. No, not all of them, but some of them. The thing is, some of them telling us in our face. My point is that we're here to influence people, to do good, to bring light to the nation. You think that God chooses us because we're smart, because we're handsome, we're beautiful? We're not. I mean, all of you, yeah, I'm talking about for myself. We're not. Why choose us? It chooses us because we have a mission, we have purpose in life, to bring light to other people. That's why we light the menorah outside. To bring love, passion, good energy to other people. That's our job. Unfortunately, we don't do it. When God gave us the power, the ability to make money, it's not just to squeeze other people. Is to use it to influence others. Because in this world, in the physical reality, in our society, when you have money, ask Bill Gates, make everybody take the vaccine. You know, it's like, when you have money, you can do those things. I'm not against the vaccine, I'm just saying. You know, that's That's kind of power. That's when we become a nation. God told us, I don't need you to keep Shabbat for yourself. I don't need you to put feeling for yourself. I want you to influence everyone around you. I want you to be light to the nation. I want you to be a pillar and make sure that everyone around you, your surrounding environment is changing, is growing, is elevating. That's what I want from you. I want you to be godly. I want you to represent me. I want you to be someone that people look up to. That's what I want. Not someone that do double parking when you go to the grove before Shabbat, blocking the street over here. And then everybody's like, the Jews, you know? That's why when I do it, I take my kippah off, so I don't want to.
No, the priests take the money out. They put it right away.
Of course. I have connections. Yeah. The thing is that we're here to influence people. Not so we feel that we're special because of what? No. Let me tell you something. It's not to take people down, to think that you're better than them. We're not. The Torah doesn't teach us to be racist. They're not. Everyone is equal. All the men. When God created the man, He says, "B'tzelem Elohim barat Adam." Everyone is equal. Doesn't matter what's your background, where you're coming from, what country. Doesn't matter. Everyone is equal. So why God choose us? Not because we're better than other people, but because we have a mission. We have purpose. We have something to do. When you take a bus or a train, now there's a new train to Orlando. So you can go and everybody is sleeping, you chill, right? And you have energy to go to Universal to actually enjoy. So, the driver is better than you? No, but he's the driver. He's not necessarily more smart than you. He's not necessarily make more money, but he's a driver. He has a mission. You on vacation and he's working. That's the difference. Let me tell you something. We're working. We have a mission. We're here not just for fun, right? We can have fun. You know, it's like business and pleasure, no problem. But we're here to work. That's why when we become a nation, God told us, use the money. I'm not telling you to be poor. Use the money. Influence other people. Anything you can do it in the right way. You like to drink? I like to drink. I'm a single malt person. Used to be a wine lover, but then but I don't do it just by myself. I will never drink by myself, right? I'm how they call it, a social addict. Yeah. I will consider you guys as my AA meeting right now. You know, we drink on Shabbat, we drink on a holiday, we drink on bar mitzvah, wedding, brit. God doesn't tell you don't drink. Drink in a proper way. Say blessing before, say blessing after. Have a good company. Use the wine to elevate the day, kiddush. Don't just drink and get drunk. No. You want to be with someone? No problem. No problem. Get married, have a wife, have an husband, no problem. That's, you know what? I always says God is not against us enjoying, having fun, doing things. Just do it in the right way. You know, I tell you, it's not like I want to have a big house, you know, in Surfside or in Bal Harbour. I don't want to have a big house. I want to have 30 mezuzahs in my house. It's not for me, it's for Hashem to put more mezuzah. Of course. You know, it's the thing that you can do it, whatever you want, but make sure you influence someone else. Make sure you elevate the materialism around you. That's why the first mitzvah of a Jewish people was take money. Because you can keep Shabbat, you can learn Torah, you can put the feeling, but sometimes you forget that the materialism is here to elevate you. So when you keep Shabbat, you're a tzaddik, but then it says in Hebrew, lekol Shabbat is motzei Shabbat. Every Shabbat, you do whatever you want. You go brickle, party, you forget that you just... Says God, no. When you party, when you drink, when you enjoy, when you have a nice house, nice car, nice wife, nice husband, do it. But do it in the right way. Show to other people. Lead by example. You're becoming a nation, make money. Make money. But when you make money, give tzedakah, help other people, use it in the right way. That's the first mitzvah. So when you see Bill, actually, you see opportunities and you need to use those opportunities. And let me tell you something. When you have an opportunity, you not just can do it. You're obligated. You must use your potential. Let me give you an example. Imagine I will give you my private jet that I don't have, but I will give you my private jet to use. And you will decide to drive with a private jet from here to Aventura. Can you drive with a private jet?
You can.
You can, right? I did many times. You drive with private jet, that's it. I was right, then the pilot is like, okay, take off. You can drive, but imagine someone will put $50 million, will take a private jet, and will drive to Sarastan. By the way, Sarastan is more expensive than buying private jet, but whatever. And you go there with a private jet. What people are going to think about you?
You're an idiot.
Why? I mean, I don't know about you, but why? Because you have a jet and you're driving it? Are you out of your mind? You need to fly, right? You need to put full volume, I believe I can fly and go. Why are you driving a jet? But you can drive a jet, yes, but that's not the purpose of it. The purpose of a jet is to fly, not to drive. The fact that you can drive doesn't mean that's what you need to do. Each one of us is a private jet. And you know what we're doing? We're not even driving. We're chilling, we put Netflix, and we forget about everything. Fly. God gave us body, ability, talent, skills, energy, power, potential to use to fly. Don't drive your private jet. Fly, do things. Use your potential. Because if you don't do it, what people are going to think about you? You just say it. That's what God will think about you if you don't use it. But you know what? Forget about God, forget about other people. That's what you will think about yourself when people will tell you, you have a private jet and you drive. So let me tell you something. We are asking, what do you mean I'm your God because I took you out of Egypt? I'm your God because I created you. That's the real reason why I'm your God. Right? That's basically the real reason. The thing is that when we talk about God, what exactly it means? What is God for us? What's your name?
Matt.
Matt. What is God for you? When you think God, what do you think? Well, it's a tough question.
Purpose.
God is purpose?
Gives you purpose.
So what is God himself? Is the one who gives purpose to people? No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Right. So in order for you to be godly, what you need to do? Give purpose to people? What you think? What's your name?
My name?
Yes. Jacqueline. What you think is God?
He's a creator.
So in order for you to be godly is to create things? I'm just trying to understand. By the way, there's no wrong answer. If you think that God is a creator, it means that if you want to be godly, you need to create things. Create relationship, create love, create passion, create kindness. Obviously babies, but that's cost a lot tuition in America. So start with love, first. Yes.
He gives life and he also takes life.
He gives life. I don't know if he's taking life. I don't know. He gives life. No one ever died. People are just living the physical reality.
He's everything.
That's it. That's it. They're living. Sometimes we're going to visit them. They're having good time. Don't worry about them.
Just say Yom Hadin.
Yom Hadin.
Like the ultimate judger.
The judgment day. So he's the judge. So you want to be judge? That's your thing.
No, he's saying just as we're not. Can I interject?
Of course. You just did.
Right. Okay. I feel like that's also cool because just as like we're probably undeserving, God judges us favorably, and so we should also judge others.
Amazing. Beautiful, beautiful. And you know what? We have two kinds of power, by the way, that actually connected to the last week parsha and this parsha. Last week's parsha ends with the story of Amalek. You heard about Amalek? Amalek, I don't know who's today's Amalek. Hamas, nothing, doesn't matter who they are, physically, literally. But Amalek is a power that's coming to destroy the good things that we have. At the other end, we have Yitro. Yitro was the father-in-law of Moshe Rabbeinu. And he came to visit Moshe, and Moshe freaks out. That's we know, father-in-law comes to visit. And we see those two kinds of people or ideas, Amalek and Yitro. What's the difference between them? The difference is that the Jewish people become a nation. They used to be a family of Yaakov, and now they're becoming nation of Israel, and they're living in Egypt. And Amalek comes to attack, to take him down, to fight, to judge, to criticize, to tell him, you guys are loser, you're nothing, you're nobody, we will kill you. And then there is Yitro that says, you guys are so impressive. I like you guys, you're amazing, you bring so much light to the world. Each one of us have those two kinds of power. That sometimes we see people, we respect them. Rich people, celebrities, rabbis, parents, whatever, guru, I don't know. You have somebody that you look up to, it's like, wow, you appreciate, you lower yourself, becoming humble when you see them, right? You take a selfie with them. Then there is other situations that you do the opposite. You look at people, you judge them, you think of them, negative things, you think they're not good. We have these two kinds of power. Unfortunately, we need to use both of them, by the way, because if we have it, we need to use it again. The problem is that we give respect to nonsense. Celebrities, for example, who cares? And still, if you have a signature on something, it's worth money, but who cares, right? You have people that deep down, meaningless, but you still respect. But the other side, when you see something good, sometimes it's not so cool, it's not you don't feel like connected to it. What we need to use those two powers, but to know when we're looking up to something and when we see something and we says, it's not for us. We don't want to be part of it. What Amalek did, Amalek came to the Jewish people and he told them, you're nothing, I will destroy you. This power is not necessarily bad. It's good if you know how to use it. If you see something that is not good for you, let's say it's not good for you to smoke and you have really desire to smoke and you tell yourself, I'm not, and you look at the cigarette or whatever you're smoking, it's not good for me, it's bad. That's using the power of Amalek on something that is bad for you and it's good. I want you, if cigarettes is not good for you or whatever you do is not, you look at it and you look at it down, it's bad, I don't want it, it's disgusting. It's good to use this power to remove negativity from your life. But the thing is, we do the opposite. On good people, good friends, we look at them, they're nothing, because they're not so cool, they don't have the new collection of Gucci, I don't know what, they're not so cool. But people, they're not good for us, we know they're bad influence, they're taking us to the wrong places, they bringing the wrong ideas, but we like them. So very important to use those two kinds of power. So you're right, both of you, obviously, about the concept that God is a judge. We also need to judge, but we need to judge favorably. We need to judge nice. And other things, we need to criticize. If you see something bad, I'll give you an example. Someone is taking his son walking on the street, and his son jumping to the road, and there is cars over there. What's the parent will do? Will let his kid do whatever he wants? And will say, freedom! No! We'll save him, right? So why when it's coming to life, to physicality, gonna jump. But when we're talking about spiritual aspect of your life, all of a sudden, we're very open-minded, we're chill, Miami, good vibes, don't. What's the difference? Why if someone killing himself physically, you'll jump to save him, and if someone killing himself spiritually, you're gonna be like, okay, do whatever you want, it's fine, no problem. Influence! Talk to him. Open their eyes. Bring light. Let me tell you something. If you're in charge of bringing light to a room and the room is dark, it's your responsibility. Imagine you're coming to a room and it's dark, right? What's your name?
Eric.
Young lady?
No. Hi.
Yes.
My name, I have stage fright. Miriam.
Miriam, nice to meet you, Miriam. Imagine you're coming to this room and the room is dark. Okay, no light. But you bringing the light with you. Okay? Like Miriam did, she brought life to this world. She was protecting Moshe. Now you bring the light. And in the corners, it's still dark. What exactly it means? It's the problem of the corner or the problem of the one who brings the light. Again, you're coming to a room that it's dark and you bring the light with you. But in the corner, it's dark. So you blame the corner or you blame yourself? Who are you going to blame? Yourself, because you bring the light, right? So you need to bring more light, right? If we live in a society that it's dark, you know what it means? Don't look at the dark spot. Bring more light. And more light, and more light. Till everything around you will be full of light. That's what you need to do. God is telling us, I'm your God. I'm your God because I took you out of Egypt. You know why I'm your God? I'm not your God because I just created you. I'm your God because inside, deep down, each one of you is godly. You have literally part of God inside yourself. Chelek Eloha mima'al. You have it. When God created you, He gave you part of Himself. It means that whatever God is doing, you can do. You must do. So what exactly it means? It means that all of the answers that you gave are right answers. God is giving, God is patient, God is judging favorably, God is creating, God is loving, God is kind. You have it in you. You can love, you can be kind, you can give, you can influence, you can create, you can do amazing things. Why? Because you're godly. When God created us, He created us in His own image. Doesn't mean that we look like physically like Hashem. No, it doesn't have a body, doesn't have a face. It means that we have the same power of God. And I will never say something like that unless the Torah is telling us. So God is telling you, listen, I took you out of Egypt right now, and I'm telling you something that I'm your God. But I'm not sharing with you a story before you go to sleep. That's not what I'm doing. We're talking about the 10 Commandments. We're talking about very, very special moment in the history when God is giving us the understanding of why are we here. What's the purpose in our life? What's the mission? How we can achieve ourselves? We have goals, we have things to do. How we can do it? So God is giving us a hint. I took you out of Egypt. Egypt represents darkness. Egypt represents difficulty. Egypt represents challenges, tests in life. Situations, they're not easy, they're not comfortable. That's what Egypt represents. In Hebrew, is Mitzrayim referred to Metzarim. When you're tight, when you can't move, when you don't breathe, and God took you out from this place, from this. God is telling us, I believe in you. You can do it. You're much bigger than yourself. You can elevate, you can grow. Use your protection, fly, don't drive. And God is telling you, I'm your God. You know why I'm your God? Because I took you out of Egypt. I told you that you're powerful and you can do it. You know what it means? That we need to do the same things with everyone around us. Believe in people. You know that when you believe in someone, no one will be able to stop him.
Unfortunately, we have been polluted by society.
Unfortunately, we have many things that happened, but we can be different.
You gotta bring the light.
Let me tell you something. And with that, we're going to end with this idea. Will be in your honor, Bezat Hashem, so you can fulfill your purpose in life and to achieve your goals. God is telling us that we need to be holy. We need to be holy. It's a mitzvah in the Torah. V'itkadoshtem v'item kedoshim. You need to be holy. Why we need to be holy? Why? Ki kadosh ani, because God is holy. Wow. So we all need to be holy people. What exactly it means to be holy? Any of you can give me a suggestion what it means to be holy?
We got be the lights.
Godlike. Godlike.
As we said, the chosen people.
Live by the Torah.
To what?
Live by the Torah.
That's to be holy?
Yes.
I don't think so. No? Can be holy not...
To be the light.
So God says, be a flashlight. Be... what do you mean be holy? What's the word holy? How do you say holy in Hebrew? Kadosh. What's the word kadosh mean?
Separate.
Hallelujah. I'm getting the right answer. Thank you. When you, Be'ezrat Hashem, will get married, you're going to stand under the chuppah and you'll tell your wife, Areat mekudeshet li. What do you mean? Your wife going to be holy to you? You're not going to touch her? The opposite. Right? You want to touch. So what do you mean be holy? You're going to put her in Bet HaMikdash? You're going to put her in the holiest place? What do you mean? Areat mekudeshet li. Oh, you're going to be holy? What do you mean? You know what it means? Exactly what you say. Holy, it means separate. Kadosh, you separate. When you look for the man in the eyes of your very future wife and you say, Areat Mekudesh, it means, I'm going to separate you from the rest of the women. For me, you're the only woman that exists. I don't care about the rest. I finished the shopping, the menu is closed, the buffet is over. It's only you. And it's only me. It's us together. Areat Mekudeshet, it means you're separate from the rest of the world. It's only about you. So when God is telling us to be holy, what it means? Separate yourself from the society. Don't be like others. In life, there is two kinds of people. Leaders and followers. And it's up to you to choose to be leader / holy, separate, to influence others, or to be influenced by others. It's up to you to be in the corner, in the darkness, or to bring the light to the room. Your decision, free will. To be godly, to connect to your inner self, and to leave Egypt and to help other people to leave Egypt or to stay there. Because let me tell you something. As they always say, you can take the Jews out of Egypt, but you cannot take Egypt out of the Jews. Right? That's what they say, right? And God is telling us, you know why I'm your God? I'm your God not just because I created everything. I'm your God because I gave you the power, the skills, the talents, the ability, the energy, the time, the money, the potential, the privilege, and the obligation and the responsibility to do something with your life. Do it. As Nike is telling us all the time. Just do it. Thank you, everyone.
I just have an announcement. Steve asked me to tell everyone that February 25th, we're going to be having a singles event. It's called Tie or Not. It's basically tzitzis. So it's a speed dating, but you're also doing a mitzvah for the soldiers and giving them tzitzis. So we hope that. And also to save the date for March 8th to 10th, a Shabbaton, Steve's going to be organizing. I'm going to be putting the flyers on all the chats. So hopefully if you have any questions, you can ask me or Steve or anyone. While you're here.
And the second and third announcement.
And if you could write letters on whoever you see.
Yeah, you have cards on your
on February
chairs.
25th. Yeah.
And,
so yes.
And the third announcement is that this Pesach, we organize Pesach in Venice, next to Venice. You're all welcome to follow Steve's announcement about it. So we're planning to have, we are joining a Pesach program next to Venice that is catered for families, but we're taking part of the hotel for singles. So we're using all the kosher food, everything that there's anyway kosher at the hotel. We take a program of us to do in the hotel for singles. It will be worldwide, from Europe, from here, from Canada, from anywhere. And we hope that lots of everyone that go to do with their families, of course, is the best. But whoever wants to, join the program, you're welcome. It's next to Venice. We will have 2 trips to Venice and a short trip, bicycle trip around the area. And we encourage you to send it to your friends and maybe be part of this special program. Thank you.
You guys, we're going to have pizza now, but if anyone had schnitzel or